Good morning, everyone. Happy Vlogmas Day 2. It is already like 10:15 in the morning. I had this whole week is like super busy morning-wise. I had to drop Gidget off at the vet today because she has a grooming appointment. We have switched. We used to go to PetSmart, and I just always felt like we were getting a bargain haircut with her. I mean, not that, I don't know, like I don't need like a show dog type haircut, but I just didn't want to have her ears shaved every time I took her in because she does get some mats in her ears. Anyway, we have switched to her. There's a groomer at her vet, and they just do a phenomenal job. They're able to get the mats out. Gidget just rubs her face on the carpet all the time. So no matter how much I brush her, it's just that fine hair that's like the underlayer of like the regular hair. It just mats really easily. Anyway, dropped her off this morning, but she had to be dropped off between 8 and 9, and then the kids had a late start today, so they're in school today. But late start, our school started doing this year. They've done it with the high school for years, but they started at the middle school and elementary school level as well, doing these late starts, like 2 Wednesdays a month. I think it gives the teachers time to, I don't know, lesson plan, that kind of stuff. Anyway, they start school 40 minutes later than normal. And so far this semester, all the late starts have fallen on at-home days for my kids. So it's just been, they've just kind of started, you know, hung out around the house until 9:25 as opposed to 8:45, which is when school normally starts. But today, because of the Thanksgiving break, it got all the days off. And so they are, had late start for their in-person day. So that, just trying to figure out like, okay, now what time does the bus come on late start days? And anyway, getting them out the door, and then my husband was on a work call, so I couldn't I needed to leave between 8 and 9. The bus came somewhere around 8:40, but my husband was on a work call, and I knew I couldn't count on him to make sure the kids got on the bus because he wasn't paying attention. Anyway, they're 14. They should be able to get on the bus on their own, but I could just see inevitably, because it was something we haven't done, it wasn't a normal time for school. Anyway, so I stuck around just to get them on the bus and then rushing Gidget over to the groomer. It's just been a little bit chaotic this morning, but I'm down in my sewing room, as you can see from all the mess behind me. And my goal this week, between this week and next week, is to get this sewing room cleaned and picked up. If you could see the desk that you're sitting on right now, it's not good. My whole house is just a mess right now, and that really bothers me. I can let my sewing room get a little bit more chaotic just because it's a creative space for me, but the rest of the house, I have a really hard time relaxing when there is crap everywhere. And right now there's crap everywhere. We've started pulling out some of the Christmas decorations. I'm trying to give myself grace too, not to have to do all the decorating for Christmas in like one day like I normally do, because there's no rush. I mean, we didn't get to do it this past weekend. We can definitely finish things this weekend if we need to, but honestly, we don't have anything going on. Well, not really. My daughter has arts on Thursday nights, and then my son will have his second band concert Friday after school that I'll just have to get him picked up for. But, you know, for the most part, we have nothing else going on. So I thought as a family, we can just decorate a little bit each night. But that also means that I'm trying just to pull out buckets as we need them. But like the tree box is out, and then we ordered a new tree. I can't remember if I told you that yesterday or not. But my husband really wanted to decorate a second tree for our dining room, because you can see we have a big window in our dining room, and you can see that from the street. I live on a corner, so we've got two, like a main street that goes on the side of our house and then a lesser street in front. But you can see that big window from our dining room really easily from both roads, but especially the main road. So he liked the idea of putting a Christmas tree in that window just for decoration. Because our regular Christmas tree is in our living room, which you saw last night. I showed you how that was kind of set up. It's not decorated yet, but we're the only ones that can really see that one, which is fine. But anyway, it was huge. And so we're sending it back. So we had to repackage that back up and get a different size. We've ordered a different size. Anyway, my house is just a mess, and it bothers me. But today I am feeling very creative. I do need to, let's see, I have a work call at 3. I'm talking with a possible sponsor today at 3. And then I do need to answer, I have not answered comments in a couple of days. I apologize for that. Sometimes it can get overwhelming a little bit. So I have to sit down and answer comments in one. It helps me just to sit down and answer them all in one fell swoop. So I do need to do that today, answer some emails. I got some, couple people have bought me coffees here recently, so I need to get on and thank those people on coffee. So that is what I am doing today. But I was going to work on the Jessica blazer. Like I said, I do have, you can see some paper patterns. The Elodie closet case patterns, Elodie pattern is on the floor. I want to get some of those put away. That won't take me very long. But I was going to work on the Jessica blazer, but I'm kind of thinking of altering that a little bit. And instead of doing the Jessica, I actually may push the Jessica till the beginning of the year as I'm thinking about it. I might instead, I have some Minerva. Sorry, my sister called again. We clearly talk to each other about the same time every day. Okay, so Minerva fabric. So I've got some Minerva fabric, and I actually, over Black Friday sales and stuff, I bought a couple of the Waffle Pattern Company, a couple of their patterns, and one of which was the bamboo coat. And I also bought the add-on for the bamboo because I really want to recreate that bright orange jacket or coat that I highlighted in the coat. There was a coat video that I did where I paired it with patterns. Anyway, but I also want to make the bamboo per normal. It has like a notched collar and everything else. And I want to use that. I think I'm gonna, when I was also a video, my sew the look, or looks that I wanted to recreate with patterns, whatever I named it, the winter looks. I had that red outfit that was like the red coat. I thought it was a dress, but then I found other pictures of that outfit, and it's not. It's a two-piece. It's like a turtleneck with palazzo pants, kind of, or like a cropped culotte with the red boots. Now, I don't have red boots, but I have oxblood boots, which I think for the color of red that I'm kind of like a darker red that I'm going to be using, I think it might work. So I kind of want to do the bamboo. So I'm taking that look and kind of making it my own, but I want to do a toaster sweater, I think. I'm not sure about the bottoms yet. I mean, I might even, I've got my Fortuna trousers from the new Itch to Stitch book on right now, which actually may work as the bottoms for that. And then with the boots, I don't know, I'll have to put things together. But I may do some sort of a loose flowy bottom, whether that be a skirt, because a nice loose flowy skirt could be nice too, or what I'm going to do. But anyway, I think I may do that coat instead and then push the Jessica to next year, to the beginning of 2021. Again, I have a ton of coats in my queue for this winter, so you'll be seeing a lot. Because I ordered, Minerva was having a little Black Friday sale. It was like 10% off or something. An additional 10% off if you have their, they have like a club that you can join where you always get 20% off fabric. It's like a fee that you pay, but then you get 20% off your orders for the whole year. And then the Black Friday sale was an additional 10% off that as well. And I ordered 2 coatings and linings for from them over Black Friday. So we will, yes, 2 different coatings. So I've got those 2 coats. I have the coat that I'm making my sister, and then I have this bamboo coat that I want to make, plus a Jessica blazer. It's like 5 coats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 coats / jackets. So I may be completely sick of those by the time all is said and done. But I also have a couple of tops I have 4 pieces of Minerva fabric that are in the other room that I need to get stuff made up. And 3 of those 4 I want to use for Sew the Looks. And then the 4th one, I just want to make a beautiful blouse. So yeah, I think I may work on those instead and then push the Jessica blazer to 2021, the beginning of 2021. Anyway, that's kind of my thoughts. So with that being said, I think I may just keep you guys propped up here, and then I can just speed it up. But I'm gonna do some picking up. And then we will, I'll come back on and say hey. Oh, I also want to, I'll come back on here and say hey in just a minute. Okay. Couple of things. Okay, I got all my patterns picked up. Now, look at that big pile of fabric there on the floor. That's going to be for another day, but sometime soon. But I wanted to show you kind of my plans going forward. Got some knitting stuff too. Okay, which you've kind of already seen. Oh, actually one of these you haven't. All right, so next up, I've showed you guys this fabric. This is that knit that goes with the crinkle cotton really well from StyleMaker. And I had mentioned I wanted to do a robe because I did know that the Love Notions Compose robe was coming out. I was not able to test that one just because of time. I just didn't have time during the week they were given for testing. But I bought the pattern. It's on sale right now. I actually just bought it last night. And it was like $9 instead of $12. But if you're making Christmas gifts for people, you can have like a hooded version or a regular version. I think I'm going to make the longer one. I have 3 yards of this fabric and I think I've got enough. So I'm going to be making a robe because I really need a new robe. My pink one is looking beyond disgusting and it's way too bulky to pack. So that is going to be happening. And then I've got this gorgeous wool from Minerva. It's got, kind of flecks in it just a little bit. Like, it's going to be kind of hard to come across, but it's this beautiful red color. It's just so beautiful. I'm very excited about it. And I had showed you guys, I'm still knitting that cardigan from the Gifted Yarn. I'm almost done with that last sleeve, almost done. But I really want to get, I'm going to be making, I'll pop a picture of the pattern that I'm going to be making for this yarn. And I'm going to be using these 3 colors. I think the pattern only calls for 2, but I'm going to use 3 because I want to. But this is going to be a hat and mittens, and if I have enough, the cowl. So the hat and cowl come together in one pattern, and then there's a separate mitten pattern by the same designer. So that's what I'm going to be doing with these 3, and this is the Malabrigo. I think that's how you pronounce it. Malabrigo? Rios. Yarn, and I've showed you guys, I've shown you all this before, but this is next on my needles to go with this coat, and I'm going to do the bamboo coat by Waffle Pattern. I'm very excited to try that out. I've heard a lot of really good things. So Black Friday, I bought the bamboo coat. I bought the add-on pattern that's just a different collar, and I bought the pepper newt coat, and then I also bought, they have a like an ebook of like 21 different pockets, different types of pockets that I just thought was gorgeous. And so I went ahead and bought that too. So that, but I am going to make the bamboo as is, as pattern instructions, just the regular one, not the add-on with this wool. So that's going to be that. And I'm hoping that the hat, mittens, all of that, I should be able to finish by the end of this month, because the hat, I don't feel like it's going to take me very long to do those 3 things. We'll see. Still have to finish my cardigan first. But I have been wanting to make the No Frills sweater by PetiteKnits forever. And actually, if those of you that follow my knitting journey know that I have a PetiteKnit sweater, the balloon sweater, I think it is, on my needles right now that has just kind of gotten pushed to the wayside. See, this is why I can't just stop certain knitting projects and move on to others, because then the ones that I'm working on don't get done. I will get back to it, but I went to my local yarn shop with my friend Jenny, which is very dangerous always, because they were having a trunk show for this lovely I'm a sucker for hand-dyed yarn. It's this Brediculous. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Oh, Brediculous. Like ridiculous, Brediculous. Brediculous, maybe Brediculous hand-dyed yarn. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? This is fingering weight, because the No Frills sweater is you knit fingering weight with lace weight. Also the same company. Oh my gosh, look at those together. You knit them at the same time. You knit them together. So it makes this really, which is most of her patterns, because the balloon sweater is the same way that I'm currently knitting. You knit fingering weight with lace weight together as one, and I'm knitting them on like a size 7 needle. So it doesn't take like forever to knit up the sweater as you would think a fingering weight sweater would normally take. But I'm really anxious to see how, look at those colors, how that's going to knit up. And the sweater it's no frills. So it's a very simple sweater. I think it will knit up really easily. It's all stockinette, but I am very excited. So I needed 3 skeins of this and 3 skeins of this for the entire sweater, because it gets knit on big needles. But this was like $180 when all was said and done. So this is a Christmas gift. I told my husband he can wrap that up if he wants. I will not get to that before Christmas, I don't think. But that would be a good like Christmas break thing to work on and get through that as well. So that is, I wanted to show you guys that Brediculous hand-dyed yarn. And then again, they were having a trunk show at my local yarn shop. She had some gorgeous stuff. I'm just a sucker for hand-dyed yarn. I love the way that it changes as like the variegated stuff, how it changes. I love how it's not all one solid color usually. Like there's variation in the colors. It just gives it a depth and texture. I really am just a sucker. And I've been wanting some really nice yarn. Oh, I didn't tell you what this is, did I? This is superwash merino. So that's even better because this grows when you block it. So you get away with a little bit less than you may need, especially because I'm short. So I get to shorten sleeves and usually the body of things to make them fit me, which allows me to get away with a little bit less than you normally need. So anyway, those are projects. And then I also wanted to talk to you about, my friend Evelyn is a Palmer Pletsch fitter. You know, she's been certified as one of their the tissue fitters. And Palmer and Pletsch has a newish book out, which is the Complete Guide to Fitting, which is kind of a reprint of their Fit for Real People. It kind of goes into everything. And this one reads a little bit more like a textbook, and it's spiral bound, so you can easily open it up. Anyway, because I told you I really want to try and figure out tissue fitting. But my friend Evelyn, I buy all of my interfacings and my Soak Easy tapes from her because I love the Palmer Pletsch interfacings, and then I can get those Soak Easy tapes that I talk about all the time that I use with my knits a lot from her. And so I'd ordered a big order just to have. I like to have a lot on hand so I don't ever run out of anything. And she was supposed to lead a shirt making class in Chicago a couple months ago, but her husband had some health issues, and so she had to back out. Well, she had purchased a few of these books for her class, and then obviously didn't get to go. So she has some of these on hand, and she is willing to sell them. I need to look at she's willing to sell these for $30 a piece plus shipping if you're interested, and a copy of your own, just because she wants to get rid of the stock. And she also has 5 packages of the Palmer Pletsch lightweight interfacing that she is just kind of wants to get rid of because she had bought it as well for that shirt making class and didn't get it used. So if you're interested, I'm going to leave her email down below, pop her an email, and she can get that sent off and talk about, you know, paying and all that kind of stuff, how she wants to do that. But I am going to be using this here really soon because I bought this. I was not gifted this. I bought this with my money from her. This is one of the extra ones that she had. Because I'm really interested. It just seems this newer one seems very comprehensive with all the information. So I really want to play around with trying to figure out pattern fitting because I really don't like making muslins. So if I can figure this out, this might be a game changer. Anyway, I want to talk about that as well. Okay, I think that's all I've got for now. Let's see. I need to do, it's almost lunchtime. I really need to do some computer work today, though, which is not very exciting. Because tomorrow I have a lot of filming I need to do, which also is not very exciting. Oh my gosh, look at my naked girl back there. I always forget she's back there. Let's see. We'll work on, I'm not going to mess with fabric today, but I do need to, there's quite a bit of fabric that needs to be folded and put away as well that has just been pulled out. I mean, all that stuff on the floor there was stuff that was folded nicely, and I had pulled it out when I was trying to figure out my work from home module, and just stuff that I wanted to sew with this fall and winter. So I need to go and put that stuff away. You know, I can pull it back out. I liked it creatively. I like to pull a lot of things out to put my modules together. So I need to be putting, not all of it, because some of it I am still going to be sewing with. But, yeah, that's all I've got for now. Okay, I've blabbed at you enough for right now. I will probably, if I do anything sewing wise else today, I will come back on and share it with you. Otherwise, I will be back on for the wine advent calendar this evening. All right, hope you guys are having a good December 2nd. Okay, I'm here with a very clean, oh, that is such an unflattering, oh, I've got something on my shirt. A very clean Gidget. She just got groomed today, just got her picked up. Okay, so the vet called today, and the radiologist had a chance to look at her x-rays of her heart and lungs, and she does have a slight heart murmur, which we knew, but there are no signs of that on the heart and lung x-rays, which is excellent. So we had a Cavalier, let's see, how old is Gidget? Right before Gidget, who passed away at almost 8, but not quite. He was 7, close to 8, and it was the heart murmur. Like, we caught it, was diagnosed, and within a year he was dead. So, which is atypical. A lot of Cavaliers have heart murmurs and they live forever and ever. Not forever and ever, but they live a nice long life with the heart murmurs. So it was just very good news to hear that there's no sign of that on her heart and lungs. So anyway, yeah, so now she smells good. She has a fresh haircut, and life is good. Okay, so I am really quickly, I went ahead actually and already got into the advent calendar because I was hoping it would be a white wine. Because I was going to make a dish tonight that I needed white wine for, but it's not white wine, so I may hold off on that dish until I pull a white wine, just because we may just do spaghetti tonight, because I pulled a red, and I will show that to you here in just a minute when I pour myself the glass. But it's a Zinfandel. I was not going to have any tonight, but I love Zinfandel. Not white Zinfandel, just Zinfandel, which is a red wine. I love that. And that's what this one is. And again, I'll show you the label and all that kind of stuff this evening before I go pour myself a glass. But anyway, today, let's see, I had a work call that went really well. I taped together my bamboo coat. So I have those pattern pieces all taped together, and I think what I'm going to do is my trick where I do a smaller size for, because is there a dart? There is a dart. A French dart in this coat, I think. I think so. I didn't want to mess with doing a full bust adjustment just because it's a very loose fitting coat. So what I did instead was just grade from a smaller size at the shoulder and neck to the larger size. I think I did a 40 in the shoulder and neck area, and then graded out to a 44 at the side seam, which is 2 sizes. So it goes like 40, 42, 44, which was a little looser than what I needed, but it's a straight coat and I wanted to have plenty of room. So that's what I did. So hopefully that works out well, because there's 2 of these coats I'd like to make. The regular one, and then I'd like to make the one with the stand-up collar with the add-on pattern. So anyway, hopefully this goes well. So I got the pattern all taped together, like I said. There are markings on it where, for interfacing on the pattern, what I think I'm going to do is trace off those pieces so that I've got separate pattern pieces for my interfacing. I think that'll be the easiest. And I'm very impressed with all the interfacing that they do, or that they have the lines for and all that kind of stuff. So that's good. I may add interfacing though into the sleeve hems and the hem of the coat. It may say that in the instructions, so I haven't looked at the instructions yet, really. So anyway, that is what I have done today, just basically taped together a pattern. So I didn't take you along with that because that wasn't very exciting, but definitely when I get going on it, and yeah, I'll take you guys along with as I'm tracing off my interfacing pieces, just so you can kind of see a little bit of what I'm tracing off. I mean, this will all be in the coat sew along that I'm going to be doing, because I'll be adding in, that pattern does not have the different interfacing pieces that I like to add to coats. So I will be adding that. So that'll be in that sew along that'll be coming up at the end of December. But I might as well just take you along with this one too, so you can kind of see what I'm working with. I think that's about it. It's been a pretty good Wednesday, pretty good 2nd of December. Tomorrow, got a lot of filming to do, so I'll have to get up and get all dolled up for that. But yeah, I think we're just gonna play it cool this evening. So I'll probably let you go for now, but I will come back to try the wine with you and to say goodnight. So, and I'll wait and show you the pulling it out. I did pull it out of the box early, but I was hoping it was a white wine. Just do spaghetti tonight. All right, have a good one, guys. Okay, so today's wine is Nightfall, California Zinfandel. And someone had suggested, you know, with the extra wine, why don't you cook with it? Which is genius. I love cooking with wine. That makes so much sense. Which is why, like I mentioned, I was hoping that today might be a white wine. Because I have a, it's kind of like a fettuccine Alfredo, although with my food allergies. It's a gluten-free and everything else, but I use wine for the Parmesan sauce, basically, that goes with the noodles and the chicken. So anyway, okay, let's try this one. Smells good. That one's good too. Yeah, that's a good one. I'll probably just stick with one glass tonight. I may put the rest of that Merlot into my, from yesterday though, into my spaghetti sauce this evening, because I'm gonna make spaghetti for dinner. Oh, this is also not mine to go back into its home. There we go. Anyway, very good. So there we have Nightfall, California Zinfandel. A very good one. I'm just obsessed with these little bottles. They are so cute. What's a fun, cute craft project we could do with the empty bottles when they're done? Let me know. They're just so cute. I don't want to recycle them. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. I hope you've enjoyed following me around. Let's see, tomorrow, so you're watching this on Thursday. I'm filming it on Wednesday, but you're watching it on Thursday. So tomorrow, Friday, you will have a regular video, which means Vlogmas Thursday and Friday's Vlogmas will go up on Saturday. So on Saturday, you'll get 2 days worth of Vlogmas, if that makes sense. Because I wanted to keep my regular videos going up, just omitting the Wednesday weekly vlog in lieu of the daily Vlogmas. Gidget! So anyway, that's all I've got for tonight. I'm just going to be making dinner, and then I may tape together, I still need to tape together the lining pieces for that bamboo coat. So I may do that this evening if I'm feeling a burst of energy. I need to get one of those floor mats because my lower back does start to bother me when I've been standing too long, taping together patterns, cutting out and all that kind of stuff. I also need to go through my lining, pick a lining for the fabric. One moment. Gidget's being taunted by the wildlife in our yard. We have bunnies that like to taunt her, and I think it might actually be another dog that she hears out there. We have a fenced-in backyard, but anyway. So I need to go through my lining. I think I'm going to use, I have a kashi lining in a couple of different colors of kashi lining, which is the satin on one side and flannel on the other. So you do the satin on the side that's going to be against your body to make it easy to get on and off, but then the flannel's on the back side for warmth. That's a great thing to use for wool coats. It helps cut down on wind cutting through. It's a really good lining. So anyway, I need to go through and see what I've got and how much I've got of the two and what colors. I think I've got a couple different colorways. I think a couple I've inherited from my mentor Joyce. One I purchased, maybe two. Maybe I bought two different ones. Doesn't matter. Anyway, that's all I'm going to be doing tonight, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed Vlogmas Day 2.